afterwards. Student Niper, have a seat, please. This is the release hearing. Do you know everyone on the panel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Sir, you're here today because your treatment review has recommended that you be promoted to release.
Yes, ma'am.
And they've done that because they feel that you have significantly completed the requirements of your program.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Significantly completed
Can you tell me what that
the
means?
requirements of your program. Yes. That means that your treatment goals in education and in your programming areas that were set by you and reviewed each time you met with your counselor, for the most part, you've completed those.
Thank you.
Okay? All right. Sir?
Mr. Niper, begin by telling us why you are in the Department of Corrections.
I'm in the Department of Corrections because I did something bad in my juvenile. I got into an altercation with a staff.
What happened?
Me and another offender jumped the staff there.
Was the staff hurt?
Yeah.
What happened to the staff member?
He got messed up face, bruises on his back, knots on his back, and fractured ribs.
So he's fairly seriously injured.
Not no more, sir.
I mean, he's fine now, but
Yeah.
at the time, why were you in the detention center in the first place?
I got into a fight in the middle of the street.
With who?
Some kid, I don't know his name,
Why were you fighting with some kid?
because he pushed my nephew.
How old was your nephew?
8,
How old was the kid that you...
17.
So you like to fight.
Only when I have to, sir.
Did you have to fight that correctional officer at the detention center?
No, I was just very mad and my pride overtook me.
So you have an anger issue?
Yes, sir.
What kind of things have you learned? Are you better controlling it now?
Yes, sir.
How?
I just don't let the little things get to me no more. Kind of matured.
What do you do? I mean, what do you do when you get angry?
I try to hold my breath, take 10 deep breaths, count to 10, walk around, walk back and forth mostly. Clench my fist.
How's it in school, Mr. Stillwell?
4.3 behavior average, passing all of your classes. You've earned 10 credits since you've been in the DOC, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any credits pending right now that you know of?
I think I do, sir.
Okay. You've taken the pre-GED test twice. You're very close. You've actually passed most of the subtests with the exception of the writing, so I know you need some work there.
Yes, sir.
What are your plans for education when you leave? You're 18 now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, I don't plan on going back to school, but I do plan on taking night classes to get my GED.
Adult education?
Yes, sir.
You're very close. You'll have these records to take with you. We can forward those to the adult education program. That way they have the information available to help assess what areas you need help with once you get there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You've done really well in school the past several months. I know there was one incident a few weeks ago, but other than that, your teachers have really noticed a big difference in your attitude and your willingness to do good work.
So how does that make you feel to hear the good statements coming out of your education
Makes
department?
me feel good.
It makes you feel good?
Yes.
Why?
Because I usually am always negative.
Because why?
I'm usually always negative.
You're usually always negative.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a nice thing to have somebody say something good, isn't it?
Yes. Very nice.
Okay.
Good job.
I see your last conduct report was in the school also. Failure to comply. What happened there?
Well, a couple of kids jumped my friend, and I got really mad, so I thought I was going to fight one of them, but I didn't. I got stopped before I did. I'm glad I did, but that's what happened, sir.
Who stopped you?
Mr. Blakey.
Oh, so he followed directions from the staff. Okay. Thank you.
It says here that you're going to be residing at your mother's house,
Yes, ma'am.
Is your mother currently working,
No, ma'am.
or she disabled?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about going there?
I feel good. I feel really great.
Do you miss being around your mom?
Yes, because she don't got that much time to live.
What are your goals for education after you get your GED?
Oh, I was planning on going to nice college or get on online and get my master's degrees in business, but if that all works out, if my mom stays alive till then,
So, what are your goals? What kind of career goals do you have?
I'm trying to be an entrepreneur.
So, what kind of business are you going to start?
Food service.
Food service. So you want to do something? Do you have you?
Yes, I have my cert safe.
You have your serve safe.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
definitely you should be able to get a job once you get your GED in
Yes,
the
ma'am.
food industry. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe culinary arts or something,
Mhm.
chef or something.
Yes, ma'am.
It also states that prior to coming here that you had a substance abuse problem.
Yes, ma'am.
What drugs were you using
Marijuana and pills.
and pills? You know how critical it's going to be for you to get right back into some counseling when you're out there?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
already scheduled to do somebody named Doctor. I don't know his name, but I already got scheduled. I already have what's called a psychiatrist that talks to me about that.
Are you going to continue with your mental health
Yes, ma'am.
appointments?
Yes,
That really helps a lot, doesn't it?
Yes, it
Being able
does.
to talk to somebody. I think with your substance use problems too, if you're seeking out counseling, that'll help you as you proceed through your adult education.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have any more questions.
Mr. Blakey?
Mr. Knight, you know, me and you talk all the time. And
Yes, sir.
I think you're a pretty decent young man. My one concern is, or maybe my word of advice is, sometimes you just slow down. 'Cause I know when you get hot, you go.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes you got to be able to recognize when that's coming, when you start to boil, so you can just slow down and stop. Because when you're not hot, you're fine. And sometimes when you're hot, you bring on problems that you don't necessarily need to bring to yourself. So, you know, one of the reasons where you're at now is to slow you down. Slow you down, because I know you can do it. So, you know, as you move forward, if you're successful with this point in your process, and you return home, you know, you got some family issues you got to, you know, take care of.
Yes, sir.
You got to make sure that yourself, you're stable, and not falling back into those same negative patterns that caused you to come. And everything that surrounds you is anger. It's fighting, it's aggression. So sometimes you just have to slow down, stop what you're doing, and revisit whatever it is when you're able to do it in a more productive manner. And I think you'll be okay, 'cause I know you had the ability to be okay.
Thank you.
Huh?
Ms. Price?
Sniper, I've seen a huge improvement in you, and you know we've talked about that a lot. Your ability to accept accountability now and to slow down, like Blakey said, you've done a great job. You still like to fight, so make sure that you're making good choices about that and staying out of other people's issues. My biggest concern from what you said today was you talked about your mom and that she may not be alive very long. If she's your primary support, make sure that you get support through that. Make sure you stick with the counseling. Make sure you have another support system to help you through losing her. Is she terminally ill, or?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's going to be a huge stressor for you when that happens, and just even helping her through it. So as far as counseling, as far as falling back on addictions, that's going to be hard for you to not do. So make sure you get the support you need with counseling, but also find a positive person, a family member, a friend, somebody positive that's going to help you through that. Okay?
Thank you.
Come here. You recognize that guy?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is that?
It's me, ma'am.
How do you like the way you look in this picture?
Not good.
Not good. Okay. You understand that this is what you'll look like if you continue in your behavior.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
will be standing behind a white placard that has your name and your DOC number on it. And your head will be shaved.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Now, see this packet?
Mm-hmm.
This is your packet. This is your packet. Look,
It's big.
that's a lot of years of nonsense, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go over there and sit down.
Speaking of that bald head stuff, am I allowed to get a haircut?
Yes, you are.
Jesus.
Absolutely. All
I'll
right,
make sure you
anything
get
else
cut
you
this
want to,
weekend.
you want to cover in there?
I don't think so.
All right. We're going to focus in on some of your successes, like school. Serve Safe certificate is wonderful.
Thank you.
That was a real challenge, and I'm sure you're proud of yourself for that. We're going to look at probably the last time you got in trouble, your conduct report in here, and then we'll take our vote. So we're going to ask you to step out of the room for just a second, okay? That would have been nice if you'd had a haircut.
It wouldn't help me. I wouldn't be
Oh,
paying
that's
myself.
right, that's right, that's right. Okay, what does everybody think?
I think he's made significant progress since he's been here. He's really
Everything seems to be
shown
good.
quite a bit of improvements. I think
Okay.
he's ready. He's
At least he
ready.
recognizes his problems too, you know, when you're pointing out. I mean, the fact that he's so nervous, it looks like he's gonna pass out, he's so nervous. But I think it's a big day for him, especially with his mother being ill, wanting to get out and show the difference that he's made.
All right, any
Soon
concerns?
they're supposed to go home around the 13th.
Just the
That's been
GED,
acted on.
he's just going to have to stick with it. I mean, he came to us with 0 credits. He's earned 10. He could leave with 13. He's very close to passing the GED.
I don't know
So
yet.
if he
They're making a
continues
decision
to
now.
study and work hard, he can do it. He has the ability.
They made us come
Get
back
that
over
set
here.
up and have his mental health appointment set up.
The family dynamic's a concern. The mother is
But no, none of us
pretty
went up
ill,
over there.
and the rest of the family's got some issues also. I mean, there's not a whole lot of.
The town, yeah.
So if we get him hooked up
Did
with
he?
an organization out there, maybe we can
He's-
help him
he's
out.
waiting,
He's
he's
going to need
next.
somebody.
Right.
Yeah, man.
If mother does get sick quicker than expected, I mean, too.
We can have the chaplain see if there's
Everything
a
seems to
connection
be
for
good.
him on that end.
So Marion County get.
I mean, it's
peace and
very
learning involved.
telling, you know, even
They all gave me some good
peace and
advice and
learning
stuff, so they wasn't saying nothing bad.
piece. I mean, there's so many
They said I approved a lot.
mentors out there.
And he did complete the Peace and Learning program too.
Right.
So we'll do that hookup. I mean, that conduct report was actually dropped to a minor, so I don't see anything purposeful in holding him back for that. He's been successful here. He's done a lot of turnarounds, and even
see
though
why
he's
they
got some
picked me to do it
family
on
issues,
camera.
I don't think it's appropriate for him to stay
I
here
couldn't say
anymore.
nothing.
I'd agree.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, good.
Wanna bring him back
Thanks.
tonight?
That's all I said.
You know, person he jumped on
Here
that,
it comes.
that detention staff with was Cody Good. I was
Yeah.
in Cody, yeah. Running backs.
It was Cody Good that
I know.
Yeah.
Mr. Kniper?
that's his biggest
Have a
problem
seat.
is getting with other kids and following, joining in a group by himself. He's
By himself, he's fine.
a smart kid by himself.
Mr. Kniper, I'm going to ask you a question before we take our vote. Are you nervous today?
Very nervous.
Are you nervous?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. You should be nervous. This is one of the most important things that happens when you're in a correctional facility, is the decision by the release committee on your promotion. And so it's like one of the big steps in your life. So being nervous is very appropriate. All right, well, we'll go ahead and take a vote. Mr. Courtney?
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Congratulations, you have your promotion to release.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Before you leave, we have a few questions for you. All right. There have been some staff who have helped you.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you share with me some of those names?
The Wiggins and Spiker.
Okay. And counselors
Miss Price, Carr.
and teachers?
No, do I have to tell you any?
No, you do not have to.
No teacher that's helped you?
No.
How'd you get your serve say?
Right.
Well, I put her on time last time I was here. I got it last time I was here.
Okay. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Come on up and we'll shake your hand. Thank you.
Good job, Sammy.
Congratulations.
Good job, Sniper.
Okay. Who's next?
So nervous last night. He was so nervous last night.
I gotta give him this mic.
Wow, Chris.
School is
Gotta
where
go
he
eat
had
hungry in a
the
bit.
If he gets out and with him
Made
not
it,
going
man.
to school, that will be helpful for him to not be in a school environment.
I didn't even ask him.
That's when he got
Supposedly
most of his
30th.
fights.
Right, peer pressure.
Yeah, when he was able to get to other people.
Right.
For
just
them.
the-